Today, we're going to go over how to prepare yourself for a job interview, whether it's for an entry-level position or a leadership role. And guess what? It only takes 10 minutes. Yes, this video could very well help you land your next job or position. Learn how to conquer the dreaded "tell me about yourself" question and how to flip the interview in your favor every time. For instance, the best way to answer the "tell me about yourself" question is to use words and phrases like, "I'm moldable. I embrace challenges. I want to know that I'm making a difference in the company, its employees, and its customers." If that sounds like what you're looking for, then you want to watch this video to the end. These 10 minutes could change your life. Hey, real quick, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And by hitting that like button, YouTube's going to send this video out to more people. I'm John, founder of Pathway to Leadership, helping people just like you on your journey to success and leadership. Every time I've ever interviewed someone for a leadership position, or any other position for that matter, I have always felt some anxiety and, believe it or not, a bit of excitement. Know this, before I've even invited you to be interviewed, I've already checked your social media presence, your online presence, and I reviewed your application and your resume. I've decided that you're a possible fit for the position and for the company. I'm now prepared for the interview. Are you? Here's a quick checklist for you. You might want to get a pen and paper and write this down. Number 1, did I prepare my "tell me about you" answers? Do I have the appropriate outfit for the interview? Do I have a pen and paper for taking notes during the interview? Did I research the company? Do I have an idea how to flip the interview to my favor? Do I have a plan for follow-ups after the interview? Hey, you need to stick around to the end. I'll have a bonus tip for you. And now we're going to get started. Almost every interview starts with, "Tell me a little bit about yourself." This is usually the make or break question that sets the tone and duration. What I mean is, you do poorly on this, it could end considering you for the position. What I'm looking for is, do you fit with the company in a personal and professional way? Your answers should have phrases like moldability, meaning your willingness to learn. How you view or embrace challenges. What you bring to the table with skills and education. What do you do outside of work, like hobbies and enjoyments? And finally, what life lessons have you learned that bring value to your future with the company? Mastering this question with openness and honesty will set the tone for the rest of the interview. Next, do I have the appropriate outfit for the interview? And have I focused on my first impression? I'm hoping you have a firm handshake. You dress and act professionally. And you're, well-spoken. It tells me a few things about you. Tells me you have high personal standards and you care about the interview and you're willing to put in the effort. This goes, without saying, right? However, I've had applicants come in with t-shirts and sweatpants, wild-colored hair, and some dressed as if they just left the nightclub. So presenting yourself appropriately is of the highest priority. If you're going to say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, well, here's a reality check. Everyone that I've talked to who does interviews, in fact, does judge you by the way you look in the lobby. So you need to get over that fact right now if you're going to move into any kind of leadership role or get a new job. Next is, do I have a pen and paper for taking notes during this interview? You know, at the very beginning of the interview, ask if it's okay for you to take notes. This shows me that you're well organized and the interview is important to you. You're engaged and prepared. You may want to expand on some items later for clarification. Also, taking notes is for your benefit. If you get called for a second or third interview, bring those notes with you. You're going to see that this is looked at very impressively. Did I research the company? One of my go-to questions is, have you looked at our company and can you tell me what you know? My follow-ups are, what do you think about our image in the community? Have you looked at the services or products we offer? What do you feel we stand for and where did you get that information? One of my reasons is to see if you are really interested in a career or just looking for a paycheck. Also, because I've mostly been in the service industry, and this is not a deal breaker, but I like to find out if you're currently a customer, a friend, or relative of a customer. Bottom line is that you have some knowledge of the company you're applying to. Do I have an idea on how to flip the interview to my favor? When you're interviewing for a leadership position or any position, the chance to ask questions is usually at the end of the interview. It's an opportunity to evaluate whether the company is right for you. By flipping the interview, You're not only demonstrating your leadership skills, but also gathering insights on the organization's culture and expectations. Here's how to effectively use this opportunity. Number 1, understanding what makes the company stand out. Ask things like, if I were to apply to one of your competitors, what would you say is the most important thing for me to consider your company over the others? So what you're doing now by asking some of these questions is getting the interviewer to start opening up and start talking. And then this is your time to ask a question, listen, and make sure you're taking notes. Another great question is, what support systems do you have to help me succeed in my position? You see, you're looking to see what the training structure looks like and how that contributes to your success. And at this point, if you're comfortable, ask, does the company have a set path for personal growth, and are there opportunities for advancement? This next one, hey, it's important. Do you conduct annual reviews, and how are they conducted? Knowing this can help you understand how your performance is evaluated and how often reviews are used to determine when you should ask for a raise. Hey, just a quick piece of advice. Just because you get a review doesn't mean you should be asking for a raise. Be smart about it. You know, some of the companies that I've worked for, you get a 30-day review, a 90-day review, 6-month review, and a yearly review. So understanding how that process works is very, very critical. Hey, look, between you and me, the final question at the end of the interview should be, when we're done meeting today, would you mind critiquing my performance in this interview? Look, whether you get the job or not, hey, it's fine. But getting that information is so valuable. I mean, if you do get hired and you want to be promoted, you're going to go through another interview, right? So what better thing to do than to ask, hey, what did I do well and what do I need to work on? So that's how you flip the interview. Flipping the interview is crucial as it demonstrates your proactive approach and leadership qualities. It shows that you are not just looking for a job, but seriously considering if your role aligns with your career goals and values. Additionally, it helps you avoid potential pitfalls by revealing any red flags with the organization. So, flipping the interview transforms the interview from a one-sided assessment into a mutually beneficial discussion. And that paves the way for a strategic career decision. Now, do I have a plan for follow-up after the interview? Think about the company and what you just learned from the interview. Yes, send a thank you email to your interviewer, no matter the outcome. In today's world, I suggest a follow-up in a few days by email and then a follow-up by email again a week later. But a direct phone call these days are not the best approach. Answering follow-up phone calls can be distracting and seem pushy, unless the interviewer says, call me directly if you don't hear from me within a certain time frame. Emails are always better. It gives them a chance to look, read, take the time out, and respond appropriately. Hey, it's bonus time. If you're still here, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial. And as a thank you, I will share this little secret with you. The people interviewing you are your biggest fans. I recently came across a video of Sir Patrick Stewart. Who is he? Well, he's Captain Picard from Star Trek, Captain Ahab from Moby Dick, and many other Broadway plays. He was talking about what people think when they look at people on stage auditioning for a role or part in a production. He explains that the people on the other side of the table want you to be the best person they have ever seen, and that you're the one to play the role. They also want to go back to work on the things that will make the production great. After watching this, I immediately connected to how I feel when I walk into the room to interview someone. And you know what? I feel exactly the same. So remember, your biggest fans are in the room. Everyone hopes that you're the best person for the position and that they can go back and work on other things that they're responsible for. Hey folks, if you want to learn more about leadership, swing on over to Amazon and pick up my new book. It's The Pathway to Leadership, Leadership Training Manual. Hey, I'll even put a link in the description below. I'm John with Pathway to Leadership, and I'll see you next time.